Alright, so I don't want to explore too far because I still need this game and I don't really want to restart this level, although I can if I really need to. But I just basically wanted to put out an update for what's going on with me at the moment. I know I promised a lot of you that I'm working on some big projects and that they're coming out soon. And they are, to be honest. I've got pretty much all the resources I need. I just wanted to explain what's going on, really. So I have a lot of big projects on the horizon, pun intended. First of all, I wanted to launch a discussion on what would happen if Enduring Victory won. Were there any circumstances that could lead to victory, and what other sort of projects were going on during the time of Project Zero Dawn and that could lead to humanity surviving in some fashion. So I wanted to look at that. So for that I needed to gather data logs, as many as I could, audio logs, holographic logs, and I didn't want just the playbacks, I wanted the actual scenes and the cutscenes and all of that, which meant replaying the entire campaign again and just picking up everything that I could on that. Just basically recording everything as it happens. So that took a long time to go back through and get some of this, and you can see I've still got some gaps on text logs, but I can get that from a previous save. It's not like I can't look these up, that's fine. It's mainly the holographic stuff that I could only get this sort of words. I couldn't get the cutscenes, so I needed that. Second of all, I also needed a couple of things that you can only get into once. Like here, you can only really come back once or twice. Other places you can only go through once, and you can't again. And I needed these resources to get to just basically compose these videos. So the other thing I released is what would happen if you don't complete some side quests before you get to the end. If you don't, see if I can bring it up on the map here. So I didn't rescue Itaman and I didn't do any of that, but it seems to be still available, so I might check that out later and obviously see what happens. But the way I've done this game, you might see it here on the map if I get rid of everything. Just a sec. There we go. You can see around the map that I haven't gone to the cauldrons, and there's another one down there that I haven't explored, and I definitely haven't gone there. I have not stepped into any of the cauldrons yet, and that changes some of the mechanics of the game in terms of the cutscenes. So when you go to Project Zero Dawn and Sunfall and Deep Secrets of the Earth mission, Aloy talks about, I've seen these signs in a cauldron. But actually, she doesn't say that this time because she's not been in a cauldron. Silence instead pipes up and says, I've seen these signs in a cauldron before. And then she asks the question, how did you get into a cauldron? Which is a very good point, really, because we know that she's got the hacking device, she can get into them, but she also has the DNA recognition to get into cauldrons, whereas Silence does not. But we also know that the cauldron down here, I can't remember exactly where it is, but I think it's around here. That cauldron is available because something crashed through the roof. We believe it was Tornek, and nature got into the cauldron, as did the Eclipse and people. Now, did Silence order the Eclipse to do that? I digress. I will get into that in another video. That's an entirely separate video, another project that I'm working on. So you can see it's kind of finicky, and I suppose the other main point was, once I did the Nora mission in the city and the Ring of Metal and all of that, which I needed to do, this is the same playback right back at the start when I challenged Divergent to do as many stealth kills in the Ring of Metal on hard and difficulty. This is that same game, so you can see it's been a while because that video came out ages ago. I'd switched to story mode, which was a good call to speed through as much as possible, but the main thing I did, once I did that mission, I didn't bother with the rest of the campaign and going all the way across the map to make us end over here. Instead, I trekked up north and I did the whole of the Frozen Wilds. It's 100% done. Well, not 100% done, because it still doesn't let me do all of that. So even though Aloy went into that cauldron, it wasn't exactly a cauldron, so it didn't affect some of the gameplay, which is fine, and it didn't affect the mechanics of any cutscenes, which I kind of like. Second thing in here is I went back to Cyan once or twice, and basically I talked to Cyan separately every time I discovered something new. So something happens in the game, say the first time we went to Project Zero Dawn, and we find out about Hephaestus. I went all the way back up there to the spawn point on there and just went in and talked to her about Hephaestus to see if there's any differences. That's still going on. That project won't be done until the very end of the game, when everything's done and out in the open and all of that. So there's still a few side quests, but I'm working through it, and there's some different reactions, but I'm doing this for you guys to see if there's a change. There are a change in some things, and sometimes it's very interesting to see the different mechanics work through if you've completed different parts of the game. And I like that they put that in there, to be honest, so I wanted to share that. Might see about... There was something else I wanted to say. Yes, I hadn't attacked a single bandit camp either. Haven't done that yet. None of the bandit camps have been attacked. And you can really see the difference in the world when that happens, because a lot of the time I'm trekking to and from places, and I see bandits out fighting guards, I see bandits out hunting machines, or just trying to track and kill people, and you get more of an interaction with them when you leave the bandit camps left standing, because they send out more hunting parties, which is another interesting thing to see, really. You see a lot of that. So I haven't done any of that. I haven't done any of the missions there. Some of the side quests I'm deliberately leaving because I need to complete other things and come back to it. Haven't done the Dervold missions, so that hasn't happened yet. There's just a lot that I've left not done, so that I can do things in order. But the main thing is, every time I mess up, like one time I nearly entered the cauldron over here. I went to, I dropped to that level down the bottom, and suddenly I was like, oh wait, what am I doing? I'm an idiot, and I had to climb my way back out with my jumping method. I could have respawned at the last save, but I was like, no, I can get out of this. Just got out of it, and thankfully it didn't impact the game. But just to be safe, after that I did restart the save. I was like, why didn't I do this originally? But little mistakes like that cost a bit of time in going back, and little bits and bobs just in general, just to keep it all nice and firm and keep the gameplay that I want in there, while not going too far with the storyline, to get these different reactions for you. So coupled with that, add in the fact that I still need a few cutscenes for some of the other videos in the future. That's going to take some time to put together. But now for the discussion on Enduring Victory, I have all that in place now. I have the bare bones of it. I have all the cutscenes I want. I have all the photos I want. I have all the text and data logs that I need, and that's all recorded and ready to go, or photography. I've got pictures of it. So like text logs where it's just one line where I don't have to scroll. I've done videos for the text logs that I have to scroll. I just need now to put that all in a video, get that all tied up, and because time restriction, I can only talk about so much at a time. So I'm structuring what I want to say, what I want to talk about, points that I want to hit on, evidence that I have to back it up, and all of that. And that's all going to take a while. Coupled that with the fact that I actually do a job. I work for a living, so I have to be in work in my job, and it's been a bit of a tough week for me this week, and I don't get any time off now until the weekend. Usually I get 1 or 2 days in the week off, which is why you see videos uploaded during the week, but this time I have to work all the way through to the weekend, so I'm just powering through, and in my spare time when I get home and I've got some spare hours, I'm trying to do this as well. So that's basically why everything's taking as long as it is. They are coming, I swear, and I'm going to be working very heavily on the Zero Dawn, what if that hadn't happened, and what if Enduring Victory was all humanity had, and what projects would have come about, or what projects could have come about if Zero Dawn hadn't happened, if Elizabeth Sobeck didn't have this idea, if she wasn't part of the equation, what would they have done instead, what could they have done instead, and if they did do something else, could that be in the second game? If you have any thoughts or comments in that issue, please put them down below this video, either on PS4 or on YouTube, where I'm going to upload it to both. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd like to see points that you want to discuss, anything you have to weigh in on an argument. I'd love to hear from you, so please feel free to do that, because I'd love to hear points of view from you. So I just wanted to basically sum up what was going on and explain everything, so that you know I haven't forgotten about you. I am working on this, and I'm working as hard as I can on this, and they are coming soon. I'm gonna try and get, like I say, the next one either uploaded Saturday, although I fear that's a little premature, but I will definitely have something for you next week. I will absolutely guarantee that I will get one of these discussions out next week. I will make it my goal to do that for you, because I want to do that for you. I want to make sure that these videos go out, and I want to talk about it. So I'm going to get back to it, and I'm going to get back to trying to get all this sorted and have a real good push through, and start putting together the bare bones of my video, and then obviously talk about it. So thank you for listening to me waffle on. Have a very good evening, if it's evening wherever you are. If not, have a very good day. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I'll see you at the discussion. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.